Are you ready for it? The Future Fest, an Afrofuturistic art and music festival, is happening tomorrow at Black Bottom Park in Detroit. The event highlights the music and art that has cultivated the city of Detroit and that was created to celebrate Juneteenth. To tell us all about the event, we have a panel of guests in studio tonight. Joining us tonight in studio, the creator, Lynette Roberson. Also joining us from Underground Resistance 313, Cornelius Harris. Plus, we have Lisa Tucker, the Vice President of Economic Development for the North End business community. Thank you all so much for being here tonight to talk about this great event. So I imagine everyone sitting here tonight is excited for tomorrow.
Yes.
Extremely.
Extremely.
So tell us about the event. Let's start off with you, Lynette.
Okay, so pretty much I curated the event to highlight the artistry within the community. I wanted to highlight just not only like, it's always Motown and just Juneteenth. I wanted to highlight the actual techno, the orchestra, the poets, you know, everything. And I just was like, let me put it together and see what happens. So, I mean, I'm just ready.
Yeah, no, I can imagine.
Excited.
There's so much planning goes into an event like this. And so, Lisa, for you, obviously, when you look at an event like this, just for the first time, just bringing this all together, how much of a challenge was that?
It was gigantic, and it took a lot of vision and effort and collaboration. We have so much talent in the North End. We are a place, I work for a place-based nonprofit called Vanguard, and our purpose is to put people together, to work together, to collaborate, to bring resources, and this event is an example.
It certainly is, and Cornelius, I know you are really big and very involved in the techno music, and we're going to hear some of that tomorrow. We heard some of it right there.
Yes.
That music, why is it so special to Detroit?
Because Detroit's the birthplace of techno music, music that really changed the world.
It's interesting because you would think it's Miami or somewhere like that, but it's not. And that,
no.
I think that's the common misconception, perhaps.
No, there's a lot of misconceptions around that, and part of the thing that we've done, because we're based on the Boulevard as well, is that we've got Exhibit 3000, which is the world's only techno museum. It was actually featured recently in the New Yorker, talking about the fact that we are the world's first and only at this point. So we have visitors from really all over the world come to the North End specifically to get that history, and it's kind of convenient that we're right down the street from Motown. So they come through, take a look at what we've got, and they go down the street and they get to have this really cool musical history lesson right here in the city.
You talk about the music and the history, obviously here in Motown. The musicians, the artists, are they all local, or are they coming in from across the country?
In terms of the techno music in
Sure.
general, no, people come from all over the world to check it out.
That are performing.
Oh no, the ones that are performing, these are all homegrown.
Wow.
These are all people right from the neighborhood. There's so much incredible history that's right here. And so it's something that we always, love the opportunity to showcase that and to be able to speak on that and give Detroit some of what the rest of the world normally gets.
Sure.
A lot of the stuff ends up being overseas, and so we're always happy to do stuff here.
Lynette, as the organizer here, tell us how we can go to the event. Is it free? Do we need tickets? What is the cost and time and everything else?
I know. Okay, so the event is free. I wanted to provide for the community, to bring the community together to see the artistry. So I made sure the tickets were free. You can go on Eventbrite, search Future Fest, it'll pop up or whatever. So far we have about 450 tickets.
Wow. That
have, people have registered for to come out to the event. I mean, it's from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Okay.
The main Cornelius and Urban Arts Orchestra will be going up at 8. But between 1 and 8, you can see all the performers, the local Detroit performers.
Yeah, and so Lisa, when we have an event like this, the connection to Juneteenth and just how special it is to celebrate this.
Well, the Black Bottom Park is an example of that. The purpose of the park is to cultivate art and culture and to remember the legacy of Hastings Street, which that park is at the very end of Hastings Street, which used to be Paradise Valley. So the purpose of the park is to remember and commemorate what that meant to our community. So it will be more things that are related to bringing up the history of the area, which is rich in culture. And Black Bottom Park is under development. We're still fundraising. We'd like to put storyboards and stages and extra beautification so that we can have many, many more events like this. Plus, it's accessible to the community.
Yeah, and that's like the heart and soul. I mean, I've been to Black Bottom Park in Detroit. It's the heart and soul of music and art, right?
Yes, yes. And just to mention, it is in an area called Milwaukee Junction. Now, Milwaukee Junction is rich in history as well, which is a part of the North End. It's the place where actually the car was born. The Model T Museum is there and was handmade there. So it's a lot of innovation in our community, which is an example sitting here.
Sure, absolutely. And Cornelius, tell us about the Underground Resistance 313.
Well, Underground Resistance is actually a record label. It's a collective. They actually started in the early 90s, and since then has gone on to become a place for mentorship and growth for a number of different artists, producers, DJs, musical artists, just the gamut of it. So Underground Resistance has really been kind of at the forefront of looking, and I think it's really appropriate looking at the name of this Future Fest. Underground Resistance has been key in promoting the future of the music and being able to say, okay, you know, we look at Juneteenth and we say, okay, this is a part of the history, but we're always saying that this is futuristic music. So our vision always has to be looking ahead and thinking about the young people who are coming up. And we've got a number of young folks who we work with who are really kind of rising up and doing great things as well. So our focus is always trying to look into the future and how do we help build that future.
Future Fest tomorrow from noon to midnight, Black Bottom Park in Detroit. Lynette, I'm going to put you on the spot here. You have to sell me. I'm thinking about maybe going. Sell me on why I should go.
You should go because I have some of the top artists coming to perform, to entertain, to just come out and just show you that history of that, you know, of Black Bottom Park and the North End. I mean, it's for all ages. Kids can come out and enjoy. I mean, bring your chair, your family, and just enjoy. You have the orchestra, you have techno. I mean, the vendors are out there.
Great food,
I mean,
right?
it's great food.
Art.
It's just like, I mean, you can't, it's music. I have some musicians that's gonna be up there singing. I mean, it's just gonna be amazing. It's an atmosphere that you would want to attend. Like, it's just
Yeah, I think one of the things is that people sometimes get spoiled by the area because we have so many different things going on and so many, there's such a ridiculous musical and cultural history coming out of this place. And so I think sometimes we take it for granted. And I say that this is one of the things that we should embrace and say, yeah, you know, we can take it for granted. We can come out on a Saturday and kick back and relax and hear some of the best folks on the planet perform and play music. So I think it's a great thing to do.
Well, I'm sure the hope is the first of many.
Yes, this is the first annual. So next year we will be back next year. So
yes,
for another Future Fest.
Well, looking forward to it. Future Fest happening tomorrow from noon to midnight. Black Bottom Park in Detroit. Let's thank our guests, Lynette Roberson, Cornelius Harris, and Lisa Tucker. Future Fest, again, runs from noon to midnight Saturday at Black Bottom Park in Detroit. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.